So we're gonna pick up right where we left off. So we temporarily mocked up our any level brackets. So now we're gonna get all the bolts in, everything in place, everything tightened and torqued. Once we get these brackets on, we're actually gonna take a quick break from that. We're gonna get our rear axle and front axle all prepped and painted, and paint those basically. From the factory, the axles don't look that great. We'll just throw some nice fresh black spray paint on there, make them look really good when they're under the truck. Once we finish that, we're gonna be getting our arms and hydraulic cylinders installed as well. And then from there, we'll probably move on to the next part. So that's kind of what we're gonna be working with here. And we're gonna start in the rear and get all of our hardware situated. And once everything's kind of started, then we can go forward with tightening it. How to fix the dummy plug. I believe this started happening in 2022 and up, or maybe 2023, but it's super simple. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take out our locking hub. This is done by a T27. Basically this side is always engaged into four-wheel drive. So this will fully eliminate that. So just wiggle it out. It should just pop out. So this is your dummy plug. And it's pretty dumb. All right, so then you're basically just gonna take your new hub. We'll put this part number in the description. And then yeah, you just literally slide it in, easy as that. Grab your new bolts with Loctite, and then we're gonna tighten these. We're gonna torque it to 53 inch-pounds. So now that we got that swapped out, basically what that's gonna do is allow this side to be free spinning. So what that does is it's always locked in, so your truck is never in two-wheel drive, it's in like three-wheel drive. So this will help improve fuel economy, help improve tire wear, help improve pulling to the right, all that kind of stuff. So now that this is done, we have a free spinning axle, so we can actually get some spray paint into this little U-joint. We got our rear axle painted. We also, before we did that, we cut off the rear shock brackets, as well as ground them down, sanded them, and made the axle perfectly smooth, so you can't even tell that they were even there from the beginning. That's just per Any Level's instructions, probably for clearance for their bracketry or the four link. So now that those are done, now we can move on to the rest of this install. We're going to start the tightening sequence. So there's these three bolts on the passenger side that have a sleeve, that way the frame doesn't get crushed. These two bolts don't have a sleeve, and then you have one bolt that goes through the cab mount, and then one bolt that goes from the top through the frame into like a captured nut situation. So we're going to tighten that bolt first, then we're going to tighten these three bolts, then we're going to tighten these two, and then we're going to finish off with this guy. This bolt is what holds our hydraulic arm, or like the cantilever, I believe, and then this is the hydraulic. We'll figure that out here in a second, but start with one thing first, which we got to tighten everything. time to put the pivot arm in. All right, guys, so we got all of these in, torqued, tightened, everything's perfect. This bolt is obviously just chilling. Now we're gonna start installing our hydraulic rams. So we're gonna get these mounted on both sides, get the lines kind of hooked up, and then we gotta get our, I call it the cantilever arm that goes here, and then hook that up to our hydraulic arms. So yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff right now. As you saw in the last couple clips, we got the front fully bolted in. Everything's torqued, tightened, happy times, let me tell you. And then in these last couple clips, we just started getting the rear in. So as you can see, this is our full, what I like to say is the cantilever / hydraulic ram. So all that is in, everything's good. We're gonna hop onto the other side, get a couple more of those pieces bolted in. Once that's all bolted in, we're going to start getting our hydraulic lines ran in the rear. And then we're also going to get them ran from the front to the rear for some of the other lines for the up and down. We're going to do the hydraulic management. Do you want to do that in this video or the next video?
We'll do it in this video.
Okay. So yeah, that's what you guys have to look forward to. So yeah, we're just going to get this bolt tightened, torqued. And then we'll move on to that other side, get that all bolted together, and then start running some hydraulic lines. So there's been a little bit of progress made. Unfortunately, some of this wiring is so tedious and like dark spots, tight corners. It's just boring. So we pretty much finished it up, but we'll just kind of explain what we got going on. So this is our spare tire mount. Essentially, we got the hydraulic lines and all the wiring coming up from that box. Half of it breaks off to the right side of the truck, half of it breaks off to the left side of the truck. So on the right side of the truck, we have our front hydraulic lines and a power source as well as a trigger wire. And so those basically run up all the way along the frame. Then kind of where the engine bay is, we got a nice heat sleeve, and then that comes down, and then all of our hydraulic lines are tucked up and zip tied and tightened and look really nice up there. Our power wire goes directly to the battery with a fuse, and so that's all hooked up, zip tied. The only thing that we have going up is we got a ground to the frame, and then a bundle of wires that travels up. So then those wires basically come up to here and tap into our Switch Pro. And then there's still a little bit of wiring left. We just got to hook up these two, clean up these wires and hook this white wire up. And then this is our Switch Pro that goes into the cab. Then if you come up here, this is AnyLevel's Switch Pro mount with our Switch Pro power wire and then our trigger wires. And then those all basically tie in. So everything's pretty much done on that front. Looks OEM, and super happy with that progress. So finish up the little bit of wiring left, and then we'll be bleeding our hydraulic system here shortly.
Who the hell could stop me? Go!
Welcome to High Altitude Trucks, part number 5 of the any level build. We got noise in the background. Hopefully it doesn't pick up. But today we're going to be installing the rest of where we left off. Is the gimbal all up? No, we're good. Oh, okay. We're good. We're going to pick it. Hey, pipe down over there. We're going to pick up right where we left off in the last video. What the f is going on over there? So we're going to pick up... We're going to pick up right where we left off. So we just got these brackets kind of mocked up. And now what we got a serious noise issue going on. Why the f is that thing still going off?